And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, day 385 on my journey to 2000, where I play a game of chess every single day, and I put it on YouTube for folks to watch along, and I track my progress on chess.com. I'm currently rated a 1513, and I've noticed that in the past few of my games, I've been kind of rushing through the analysis of each move, thinking too deeply into the lines, and not thinking enough about what my opponent can do to counter the move to begin with. So it's kind of pointless to think of 2, 3, 4 move sequences when my opponent could block it with their next move. So on this game, I'm going to try and select from 3 potential candidate moves where it improves my position marginally, and I'm not going for the crazy 4 move sequence attacks. We'll see. Might be a game changer for me. Let's see what I'm playing today. Yes. Noodle to GM. Noodle to GM out of India. It's rated a 1476. And we've got the Caro-Kann. Looks like we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way here. We'll see if we get the advance, the exchange, or the main line. We have the exchange. The Panov attack. So let's see, the Panov attack. I think I'm gonna get my I think I'm gonna get my knight out. And then maybe my other knight. Okay. Let's see. Knight out, they take, I take, they take back. I come up and take, and then they... I think we're good. It's the modern defense here. I'm going to come up and pin this knight, and then connect the pawn chain. If they try and threaten, I take, they recapture, and then I win this one. Okay. So now we're coming in and recapturing with the knight. If they take here, I'll just recapture with the queen. But now they've got queen to b3, which adds an attacker here. But if I take this, but they're also threatening this this pawn. So I think my candidate moves would be to take, knight over, or to push. This is not a candidate move because then they win the knight after takes. If I take, and then they take, and then I take, that's good. Take, and then take. That could be good too. Let's do that. Gotta be wary of this pin coming in too. So if this to defend the knight, and then they take here. So I've got this. Or I have to either do something with this knight. I could defend it there. I could block the queen coming down, but that sets up for this check. So I think taking is a possibility. And then if they take, taking is definitely a possibility here. Because they'll want to recapture. And if I take and they recapture with the pawn, I can even go b6 here. Let's do that. They're not going to take with the queen. So now this is under attack. If I do queen b6 here, I've got pushing the pawn, or I've got defending the pawn. If I defend the pawn with the rook, they've got bishop f4 attacking it. If I go queen and they take, then I can recapture and open the file, but it doubles up my pawns. Or I could let them capture the pawn. Exchange queens. No. I think I'm gonna go queen b6 here. I know I shouldn't double up these pawns, but I do kind of like the idea of getting this open file, given their pawn structure on this side is bad, and I want to get this rook into the game, and if I'm able to get my bishop out and then castle, then I can get my rooks playing nicely together. Okay. I'm going to take this just so I can get a tempo of this pawn move so I can get my bishop out of there. They do have this move too. So if I do this, they could pin. So my Canada moves are here and or here to block the pin. I think I'm going to do this so I can... If I do this and then they come down here, I can encourage this and be okay. So let's try it. They got this open file here after I castle. Yeah, let's just develop and if I develop, they go here and I castle. And they've got these two bishops really just staring down it, reinforced by the rook, and I'm not really digging that position. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get my rook here. No. Maybe I don't castle. Maybe I just push pawns. And then I push this pawn here, so that bishop is a little worthless as well. This traps the bishop. Okay, so this pawn move threatens the knight and this pawn. I can take, but then they'll recapture here. Or I can push, they take, I recapture, and then I'll win their knight or their bishop. Let's take this, and then they'll take their, I can come down. How are we doing on time? Ooh, not very good. Let's do this. Attack that pawn. And I actually could still castle if I wanted to fast track away for this rook on. Yeah, but castling now would mean forking that pawn. So let's see if we can't get rid of that bishop. If they do take, I'll be attacking that pawn. Ooh, didn't see that move. Oh, that was a good move. But if I castle, and they take, then I take, then they take, I can't take because they'll recapture, dang it. Oh, that was a good move. A really good move. Yeah, I don't know how to escape from this one. Maybe just after takes, I take here. Ah. "27 seconds left now. So now if they take, I can pin this and get this pawn. I mean, I still got a chance if I can clear out those pawns and push these guys, maybe. They're going to come down and take these. Check. Let's see, can I push it in time if they take? Their bishop's not going to be able to get to this square. I went here because if I went there, they could go check and win the pawn, which they still can, it looks like. they go up here, I win the bishop. If they go there, then I can go here, and then I win by promoting and checking at the same time. 12 seconds left. Okay, not gonna happen. Then they got queen. They win. Good game. I feel like, I don't know. Game noodle to GM. There wasn't an obvious move that made me lose. But I played with 77% accuracy. I did have one blunder and 2 mistakes. My opponent played really well, 88% accuracy, just 2 mistakes. Yeah, let's see where those were. Caro-Kann opening is pretty sound. I've got a good understanding of this so far, except for move 10. Yeah, so 10, this was a mistake. So I got, no, this is move 9. So I got all the way to move 9 without making a mistake, but I guess I could have gone here. That's a blunder, though. Probably because check. If I take, and they take with check, and then I have to do this. Check, check. Yeah. So let's see, what is a better move here? A better move was a queen b6 at this point? No. The queen would just take that. Oops. Is it pawn e6? Yes. Yeah. And then if takes, then they can come in. Oh, taking with the queen would be better. Taking the pawn is a mistake. Because it allows for this. And then they'd have to defend this here, and then they can come down here and pin. Okay. All right. But after this, this, and this, then if they come down and take, that's a blunder. Because b4 check, and then if they block here, then I take with check, they have to take back, and then I win this. Do I win that? Yeah, that queen move. The queen move helps defend the knight. Okay, so the opponent had, a 0.4 advantage here. And then after a few good moves through here, pushing pushing the pawns. Yeah, it was never a good idea for me to castle, so I'm glad I didn't do that. These are all the best moves I could have played. So I'm glad I didn't decide on castling until castling, but right here was not good, but this was the blunder. And there is a move that really tipped the scales, and it's when they brought their rook over to e1. Yep. Yeah, so if I could just got to make sure I don't put pieces in line of the king when there's open files. If I could do it over. I might castle now, which is the best move. Yeah. This would have been an even game. I would have been attacking the bishop. I think I was worried about the check and winning the pawn. But it wouldn't have been the best move for them because I'd pin the bishop. And if they reinforce here, then I win the rook. Cool. So a couple principles there, just not being aware that my king is on this open file is a mistake. I should have known with their king move that they were planning on doing something here. And that should have prompted me for this. And if I would calculate past the fear of this and then they take, then I would have known I could have pinned. And if they defended here, then I win the rook. But that's not what happened. And we castled. They did do that. Oops. They take. And so they were up ahead big time. Even though after this I gained some ground back, there wasn't really a clear way for me to get that pawn across to the other side. I thought I had it with this move. If they had gone anywhere else, I would have gotten the queen. But my opponent is 15-15. They don't fall for that stuff. Yeah. And the game goes on for them to win. So there you have it. Day 385 in the books. Until next time.